Okay, here I've got my fabric folded into two, as you can see. So this is what I'm going to be using. Make sure the wrong side is facing upwards, and then the right side is on the inside. So to get the width of my measurement, I'm going to be using the widest part of my body, which is 36 round measurement plus divided by 36 divided by 4 plus an inch extra sewing allowance. I'm going to be using a total width of 10 inches. So I just need to find that spot on the fabric, and I'm going to mark that down, and I'll take that measurement to the length of my dress. So the length of my dress is 29 inches. And so yeah, just take that all the way to the length of the dress to mark that out, so you know where your pattern will end. Length of my fabric is 30 inches, so I've just taken that 10-inch measurement all the way to where the 30 inches length is, and then connect all the lines together so that I know where the width of my pattern and the length also ends. So on the folded edge, I'm going to go ahead and mark my neck measurement. So I'm going to be using 4.5 inches, not 3.5, as you can see on there. So the width is going to be 4.5, and also the depth is going to be 2 inches, and then curve that to connect the line together. And then on the 10-inch mark, I'm just going to mark an inch shoulder slant, and just draw that measurement like so, where you're going to be cutting your shoulder slant. So then from there, I'm just going to go ahead and mark 10 inches wide where my armhole is going to be, and that's just that. And then it's pretty much ready for you to cut out the first pattern. So just cut out the shoulders, the neckline, and just cut all the way down to the length of the fabric. So I've gone ahead and cut out the back pattern. So I'm going to be using the same back pattern to cut out the front pattern. So here I've laid out my back pattern on the front one. So I'm just marking the measurement for the front neckline. I'm sorry that you can't see properly, but the measurement for the neck depth is 3 inches for the front, and then 4.5 inches for the width of the neck depth. So I'm just going to then connect those 2 points together in a curve, and then that will be the measurement for the neckline. So that's the only difference between the back and the front pattern. So when you're doing yours, it's going to be exactly the same thing. Just make the changes to your neckline. Okay, so just for clarity, the back neckline was initially cut out to be 3.5 inches width. So now I've decided to cut out extra inch, so it will match with the front neckline. So this is what I'm actually trying to show you here. So additional inch from the width of the back neckline, but then I'm going to just cut it out. The neck depth is going to remain the same. It's just the width that I'm expanding so that it can fit my neck, or so that it can fit my head when I'm trying to wear it. So that's just a little adjustment there. But then, so for cutting the front pattern, everything remains the same thing. Just the width for both of the necklines are the same. It's just the depth that it will be different. So the front depth is going to be 3 inches. The back depth is going to be 2 inches. So that's just the difference between the two. So next thing I'm going to do is cut out the facing for the necklines. So here I've just got my pattern folded onto another folded fabric, as you can see on the screen. So you just want to go ahead and do the same thing that I'm doing. Just trace out the neckline and then add 2 inches all the way around your line to have your facing pieces. So just follow what you see on the screen to get that facing cut out for both of your patterns. Place the facing on the right side of the fabric. You're going to need to cut off the excess at the shoulders, but you can do that after the sewing, but you can also do that before. So just make sure that the facing is right side of the fabric, and pin that to the right side of the fabric, and then you want to sew along the sewing allowance around the neckline to sew everything in place. You want to do that for both of the front and the back pattern. Once you've done that, then you want to take that to the sewing machine to sew everything down. So after snipping at the neckline, you want to push the facing up like so, and then fold it to the wrong side to sew it down. So once you finish sewing everything down on the wrong side, then you'll be able to cut off any excess fabric that you might have, or you can fold it in such a way that you're not going to have any excess fabric. So you can turn it in twice, and then sew it down on the wrong side. Okay, so now that the necklines are done, so the next thing I need to do is sew the sides together. So I just need to be sewing on the sewing allowance, which is going to be 1 inch. So I'm just going to be sewing 1 inch, but this time around I'm going to be sewing on the right side of the fabric, not the wrong side. And also I'm going to be sewing from where the armhole area should be, so where the armhole should start from. So you're going to sew the sides together from where the armhole starts. So take that measurement all the way down, and make sure that you're just using your sewing allowance for this and you're not using anything more than that. So once you finish doing that, you want to do that on both the sides, so you know exactly. Just mark where your armhole will start from, and then just sew down from there to the length of your dress. Okay. So once you finish sewing and marking where your sewing will start from on the right side of the garment, you want to pin them down together, right side facing right side, and sew the shoulders at this point only, just the shoulders. Okay, so the shoulders are done, so I'm just going to turn the fabric to the right side. So now I've turned it and it's now on the right side. So what's next is I'm going to sew the sides together. Again, I'm going to be sewing the sewing allowance only, and also sewing from where the armhole stops. So that's what I'm going to be sewing. So sew the sides together, leaving the armhole all the way down to the bottom of the dress, and then that's pretty much it. So, and then you need to do the measurement for the butterfly that we're going to be adding to the dress. Okay, so to get the measurement of the ruffle that I will be adding to the dress, I'm going to measure the one side of the garment, which I know is 28 inches long, and then I'll multiply that by 4 because the ruffle will have to be pulled together to make a ruffle. So I'm going to multiply the measurement by 4 for one side, repeat that for the other side, and also repeat that for the bottom of the dress to get the entire length of the ruffle that I will need. I hope that is clear. The wideness of the ruffle that I'm going to be using is going to be 10 inches, so that's also including sewing allowance. So by the time you finish sewing, because you need to hem one side of the ruffle, and also you need to sew the other side of the garment. So by the time you finish sewing, you probably end up with 9, because taking into account your sewing allowance as well. So the ruffle's been hemmed at this point, and what I'm going to do next is just to do the gathering stitch on the other end so that I can put the ruffle into size. Alright, so the ruffle is now done, and what I'm going to do next is pin this ruffle onto the main dress. So I'm going to start pinning from the bottom up to the shoulders, down the other side of the shoulders, and down the bottom part, coming back up to the shoulders, and down the other side of the shoulders, and then finishing up at the corner of the bottom of the dress. I hope that makes sense. So it's going to be a merry-go-round kind of trip around the fabric. So you want to open up your sewing allowance like so, and then pin the ruffle to one piece of the sewing allowance all the way around, and then come back and finish down the other side of the sewing allowance. And then you want to carry on down the bottom of the dress, and then you want to take that back up to the other side of the dress until you finish all the way around the entire dress. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, now the dress is done. As you can see, it looks really beautiful. The ruffle is gone round all the way around the fabric. You can see the butterfly effect already, and I just need to give it a good press, and the dress is ready. And I hope you found this tutorial to be very useful and very simple to make.